Leeds.
We do love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Cheers, Theo. Hello, welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds for your Leeds versus Blackburn Rovers preview. Buzzing for it, I said before, every preview, buzzing for the game, no matter who we're playing. I'm always buzzing to see Leeds United play, especially in flesh, Elland Road. You know me, I get to every home game. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. As my thumbnail said, Leeds V Blackburn, Yorkshire, Lancashire, and Farke versus Eustace, which is a bit of a talking point for this one. It'll be really interesting to see if Eustace can make it 4 in a row. 1-0 away at Birmingham, 1-0 at Elland Road last season, his first loss of the season last year, which really hampered us getting that top two with Sammy Schmodix on a breakaway goal. Both games, I feel like we were the better side in both of them games. And then, with a penalty at Birmingham won it that won them that game. The breakaway by Schmodix, and then obviously that game only a few weeks back now, it feels. That weren't great, but I still don't think we were the worst side in that game either. But he's got a way of getting these 1-0 wins over Farke as Eustace. But it's up to Leeds United at home to stick it on them. Really, I know a lot of people have reservations about this game. I know Danny, and I can see it already. I'm going for a win, but it will be tough. I could also see them winning. I can't, Danny, and we'll touch on as of why soon. The form is nowhere near what it was over a week ago. The last week has been really poor. They've had a really poor 8 or 9 days of Blackburn. The last 3 games, only 1 point out of 3 games. 9 points available, 1 point taken, 2 of them at home as well. So not great for Blackburn, and I think we're getting them at the right time. The press conference for Farke, well, I say press conference, when games come thick and fast like this, they're sort of asking him about the next game as they're doing a post-match, aren't they? So obviously at the back end of the derby game, they're asking him about any injuries and stuff, and I don't think there's any key injuries for Leeds United to worry about. I think it's mainly the fitness of Sam Byram that's the only worry. I don't think there's any cause for concern there. There's nothing that's come up. I think it's just Sam Byram. It's just the name Sam Byram. Gives everything in a Leeds shirt, 7 out of 10 every game. My favourite player, alongside Dan James. It's just so many games in such a short space of time. Can he keep doing it? Can Sam Byram keep being fit, getting through 90-minute performances? So that's probably the only position he isn't too sure on. I do expect changes. I expect a lot of change in this one, to be fair. I expect maybe wingers both to change, Solomon and James to come back in. I expect Pirro to start up top. You may even see Rothwell coming, even though I thought Tanaka and Ampadu did sound. I wouldn't be surprised if Rothwell came in maybe for Tanaka, give Tanaka another break. I think out of the two of them, I think Ampadu were the better of the two at Derby. Tanaka will fine, obviously, he's fucking different gravy, and what a player. But yeah, I don't think you'll see any changes at centre half or right back, obviously. So I reckon there could be 3 or 4 changes in this one, which will be interesting to see how we line up. But he's got all the tools at his arsenal to go pick a side at home capable of beating a Blackburn side who are not in form currently, no matter what anybody thinks. They've gone on good runs this season. I think they won 7 in a row before this last 3-game window. 6 of them all the clean sheets, or it might be 6 in a row, and 5 of them all the clean sheets on a great run. And then they've just hit an hurdle now with 3 in a row where they haven't recorded a single win. So I think people are reading a bit much into Blackburn being 15th league. Great for Blackburn, doing really well. I didn't think they'd be anywhere near that, especially losing Sammy Schmodix, who's a top player in this division. But yeah, they're punching above the weight for me. I feel like that you're going to see them fall away. I don't expect them to be in playoffs, but we'll see. Evening top banana, evening all MOT. I'm going for a 4 on the spin, 3-0 Leeds. It's exactly what I'm going to call my mate. Touch on it soon, but that's exactly what I'm going to call. As I always do, 3-0 Elland Road. It's a given. We're a better team this year. Yeah, we are, my mate. Danny, I'm not going on their form. I'm going on Eustace. Yeah, I know, and that does play a part. It really does. He's trying to play it down as Farke, hasn't he? But it's there. When you lose 3 games to the same manager, like I say, we had it last year, didn't we? That dickhead at Southampton, he had his number for 3 games as well, and some people just have your number and you struggle, don't you? So it's going to be interesting to see. He obviously knows how to play. He's played against him now with 2 different sides and got a result with both with inferior sides as well. Leeds are better than both sides, the Blackburn and the Birmingham side. The Birmingham side got relegated, as we saw, but they still beat us last year 1-0. So he's got a really good way of setting up, making himself hard to beat, and they only need to nick a goal, don't they? And they can hold on. They've got a lot of clean sheets this year at Blackburn. They've gone some good runs where they haven't conceded chances, haven't conceded goals, and that's fair play to them and their manager for setting up that way. At Elland Road, though, we're a different beast. Herbert says, not worried about the Eustace curse. Newcastle won at Old Trafford for the first time in a decade tonight. Daniel can do and Newcastle on Eustace. Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. I don't feel like this side's too cursed of any hoodoos. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that it's into 33 games now. If it happens again, if Eustace beats him again, then fair play. Like, there's something going on, isn't there? There's some witchcraft going on somewhere. But yeah, I just don't see it myself, mate. I think we've got far too much, and yeah, I feel like the quality in this game will prevail regardless of any tactics, anyhow. Agree, top banana 3-0. Piro double and maybe Strujic. If you saw my stepdaughter's TikTok earlier, yeah, Pascal Strujic, which I think's hilarious. Got some names in this squad, you know. Like I say, when I tell kids to read them out, yeah, even I can't read some of them. I remember trying to read Gillibogan first time. I didn't have a clue what I was saying. Michael Smith, hope you're well, mate. Bit more optimistic, top banana, simply because I think Blackburn aren't as strong away as Stoke at home, 4-0 Leeds. Oof, I would love that, mate. I would love that. Sean Healy, I think Aronson gets a rest from Willie through the middle and Solomon and James out wide. You know my thoughts. I don't need to touch on Aronson. I'd love Aronson to come out for a bit of a rest. Right now, undroppable. Unrestable. Unrestable. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd keep him in. I would keep him in. I would have thought I'd have said that. I would have thought I'd have said that. Farke and Leeds will want revenge, Danny. Yeah, you know what it's like in professional sport. They always play down the revenge tag, don't they? They always play it down. Never go there chest out and say, yeah, revenge. You know, I understand it. You know, sometimes fans want that emotion. Sometimes they can come across very emotionless, top athletes. But it's there. I mean, when you're an athlete, competition, rivalry, wanting to be better than your opposition, it's what you play sport for. It's all about winning, you know, coming second. You know, it's failure to a lot of these players, to anyone in sport. So you best believe Farke wants to get one over on Eustace. You best believe it, regardless of what he says. He'll know. He ain't going to want to be getting outfoxed by, you know, lad in box next to him. No way. So it'll definitely be a driving force to him personally. He'll be doing everything he can on the training pitch to make sure he wins that over him. But he'll never let you know that's the case. But 100% it is. Only Leeds Bros, my mate. Love you guys. Just come off a final pint over on Only Leeds Bros channel. Finished it about an hour ago. So obviously it clashed with your show. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. Obviously it's sat there waiting for you to watch tonight, tomorrow. I know a lot of people enjoy our final pints, what we do on our shows. So yeah, go check that out on Only Leeds Bros, please. I understand that, but like some people don't think we have a London curse. We definitely did, didn't we, pal? We definitely did. I say it did. Have we still got it? Herbert, we play our own game. We have every chance. That's it, mate. I don't like getting too caught up on other people's stuff, really, if I'm honest. Because no matter what anybody brings in this division, Herbert, no matter what anybody brings, like, if we bring our, I say A game, if we bring our B game, we probably smash more sides in this league. And I don't think we brought us as A game, if I'm honest. I don't think we brought an A game to many games this season. I don't think we've had to. I honestly don't. I feel like that first 20 minutes at Derby were really good other night. You know, we've had spells where we've looked phenomenal, but I don't think over 90 minutes we've really had to reach too far down. You know, to pull some out. I feel like we've been all right, just coasting. A lot of people say second and third gear, and I'd have to agree with that. You know, there haven't been many times we've had to really dig to the bottom of the barrel to get 3 points. It'd be really interesting to see how good we are if we actually did do that. We know whether it's players or Farke, we know a 2 or 3-0 lead, and we take that handbrake, put the handbrake on, and sort of just coast to victory, which is fine with me. But I'd really like to see us for 90 minutes playing at us best, because I think we'd absolutely wipe the floor with some of these teams. Matty, who's all these new signings from your TikTok? I know it. Some pronunciation she was doing with this. It's so good. Yeah, go check me out on TikTok. If it's fairly new to me, I've only had it a few months, but yeah, go check me out. Imagine not being Leeds on TikTok. I've got a few funny videos on there. My stepdaughter were reading current Leeds squad out, and yeah, it was hilarious. To be fair, it's done really well. It's gone a bit viral today. To be fair, that curse has been smashed out on it. Yeah, as all the Leeds Bros, Darren, all good. We hammered them twice last year. Danny, no. Sean, last year. This is new season. Yeah, so I'm just going to bring in bring on to the screen some of the Blackburn stats I've got on this other screen, just to share with you, just to make it look like I'm professional, when honestly I ain't got a frigging clue what I'm doing. Let's check. Yeah, let's come up on it. Sound. So, like I say, when you look at the fifth, looks really good for Blackburn. It's brilliant for them. Like I say, punching above the weight, 100%. Overall, 1.65 points per game. Away from home, 1.36. At home, 1.92. Not far off 2 points a game at home. Their away form, yeah, it's when you look at it, like I said, their away form, they've lost 1 in the last 5. It looks brilliant, but you can just see a turn in results here. When you look down here, you can just see a turn in results. Like they have clusters of games. They go on good little runs, and then they also hit them with some very poor runs. As you can see down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games there without defeat, and then they lose 2 on bounce, win 1, draw 1, lose 3 on bounce. This was a really good run. Beat Cardiff away, Middlesbrough away, back to back, unreal. That's when I started looking at Blackburn, going, "Oh, all right then." Then they beat us, Hull away. So they've gone through 7 games there, 6 games there, 4 of them away from home. Look at that run. Blackburn, Luton 2-0. Sheff Wednesday, Blackburn 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. Like they don't, when they go on these runs, they don't concede. But then they conceded a 96-minute goal away at Millwall on 21st of December, just over a week ago. 96-minute goal. Getting a point at Millwall wouldn't have been a bad result for Blackburn. You know, to keep that momentum going after six great wins. Like that's a great cluster of games. Like to beat Wednesday at Wednesday, to beat Leeds United, Middlesbrough, Cardiff away. Like some good results there for Blackburn Rovers. It's not Leeds United we're talking about here, it's Blackburn Rovers. But then to concede a 96-minute goal to Millwall and lose that game 1-0. 2-2 against Sunderland, decent result, I suppose. Hull at home, it's a banker. You're in playoffs, Hull in relegation zone at that time, it's a banker. For me, this is where they start to, they've got Leeds and Burnley back to back. Leeds away, Burnley at home, back to back. Like, they're tough games, tough game. I don't see them getting anything in either of these next 2 games. I feel like it's turning a little bit sour there now. 3 games there, 1 point out of 9 over an 8-day period. We always say Christmas, it's massive. It makes or breaks. The games like that, weeks like that. It's a massive period of time in anyone's season. And for me, they're falling away now, and I think we battered them. I think we absolutely battered them. I really do. Goals table, 14th, 27 goals scored, 21 conceded. They've got a plus goal difference of 6. Not too bad, but it's middle of the road for me. Like I say, I feel like they're just a bit overperforming. They've gone on some really good runs. And we know in this division, if you can spring 4, 5, 6 wins together, which they have done on a couple of occasions this season, it sets you apart. But they're always going to have these dips in form because they haven't got the quality. They haven't got the quality for me. They've got a really good manager. We saw what he was doing at Birmingham. He did the exact same at Birmingham before they sacked him and brought Rooney in, which was scandalous. He had that Birmingham side. They got relegated in that top 6 after 10 games. Unbelievable what he was doing at Birmingham. So the manager gets a lot of credit. We all know with Bielsa what a top coach can do with an average set of players. To be honest, we know more than anybody and that's what he's doing at Blackburn, and that is a worry. Yeah, Eustace is a good manager, very good coach at this level, very very good coach. I say underrated. I don't think he is anymore. When you look at goals, where's the goal scorers? Here, players. This is the one I wanted. Top goal scorers: Yuki Ohashi, 5 goals. Andreas Weimann, 4. This is what big one for me. They've got Lewis Baker with 2 goals. Third highest goals. Lewis Baker. When I saw that, I almost didn't do this video and just posted it. It'll be 5-0. Like Lewis Baker, he's only 29. I feel like he's been around forever. We had him, didn't we, on loan from Chelsea scum? 7-8 years ago? He starts for them. Lewis Baker, like, I'm sorry, I just can't take him seriously. They've got Lewis Baker starting for them, but yeah, obviously, like I say, they've got Todd Cantwell's for me the main man. I don't think that's I think everyone would agree with that. Really good player, obviously. It's Todd Cantwell, a player I wouldn't have minded at Leeds at periods in his career. But yeah, it's one of them. If Leeds play to Leeds' strengths, we batter them. I believe that. I genuinely believe that. Let me just remove that. It's going to knock that off. So yeah, that's as much as I want to touch on that shite for Blackburn. But yeah, there we go. That's the one. There we go. And we're back in the room, guys. Back in the room. Let's catch up with these comments. Hope you all appreciate me bringing that screen because it doesn't half knock me off. Really doesn't half knock me off. But I quite like doing it. I feel like I'm really professional when honestly I haven't got a clue. Sean Healy was busy earlier, Matty. I watched final panel. Thanks, mate. It was a good shot, to be fair. Dillo's nursing a bit of man flu, but he got through it, and yeah, it was a good show. I really enjoyed it tonight. What's the story, lads? Not much, mate. We're just going to hammer Blackburn at home 3-0. That's what we're going to do. Blackburn, Burnley, local derby. Yeah, it is, mate. They'll have one eye on that as well, won't they? But yeah, poor Blackburn, mate. Leeds and Burnley back to back. It's not a great fixture, is it? 2 hard fixtures considering they haven't won in 3. So, Danny Green, hey up, Danny, hope you're well, mate. Blackburn is the hardest fixture on paper over the Xmas period and New Year. There'll be no pushovers. They are in the playoffs on merit at this point. Yeah, they are, mate. They are there in merit. They're punching above the weight. 100% they are. But the form has dipped. Like I said, they haven't won in 3. And they've got Leeds and Burnley coming up. I think this is the start of the slip. They got beat by Hull City at home 1-0, which is, I mean, that for a playoff side, with aspirations of making playoffs at the end of the season. Hull should have been a banker at home. I know these things happen. It's a championship, but they're a bit poor form at the wrong time, really. They needed, a couple more wins over this Christmas period going into Leeds and Burnley for me. Eustace is the only factor that I sort of look at. I think Cantwell's a good player. I do. They've got Danny Bath, I think, Bath in defence. They've got Travis. They've got some okay championship players. But if Leeds do a Leeds, it doesn't matter what they bring for me. Is Lewis Baker from Chelsea? Yeah, it is, mate. We had him on loan from Chelsea, didn't we? Yeah, he starts for Blackburn, which I find crazy because I don't rate him at all. This will be tight, lads. Don't start taking anyone for granted. Yeah, Richard, it's not even taking him for granted. When I'm confident, maybe I'm a little bit overconfident. I said we'd beat Derby 3-0, and I don't think that were wild. And I feel like the goal we got were brilliant, and I feel like we could have had 4 or 5 in that game. I don't think 3 looked wild on the base of how we played and the big chances we missed. I think at home we tend to put these chances away. I don't see it being a tight one. I really don't. Eustace is in back of my mind, yeah, but it's 11v11 on a patch of grass, and at the minute we're flying. So I am really confident for this. I'll never get arrogant. I'll never overstep that line. I'm a Leeds fan. We know there's something lurking around corner to bite us on arse at some point. We can never get too ahead of ourselves. But yeah, I really fancy us in this one, mate. I fancy us to right those wrongs of that league game last season at Elland Road when the knocked us off his perch of not losing a game at Elland Road. I think that'll be a bit of fuel for some players as well. Hull City won't be easy on Saturday for a couple of reasons. It's the end of 5 games in 2 weeks and they've won a couple of games. Yeah, well, Hull, like I say, Hull have just beaten Blackburn, haven't they, away from home. Full of confidence. Well, Hull, I think, at their place as well against us, it's definitely going to be tricky. I mean, if we beat Blackburn and we go beat Hull, to win 4 out of 4 and 3 of them be away from home's winning dreamland, aren't we? Let's be fair. I'll be honest, Danny, I don't know what you'd predict for the Blackburn game. Are you predicting a tight win, the Hull game, something similar, or are you expecting us to drop points? Because for me, we won't drop points in these two. It might be tight, maybe. Maybe it'll be tight. I don't know, but I fancy us to batter them if we turn up. It's just whether we turn up, and Elland Road we tend to, don't we? Monday night, Matty. Sunderland got beat at Stoke too. Yeah, mate, it's that time of year, isn't it? Oh, it's possible around Christmas time. We've just won 2 away games back to back, so anything is probably it's a Christmas miracle at the moment. But it's anything can happen in Championship. Teams will come away from places they shouldn't be getting points, and Hull doing that to obviously Blackburn the other night were massive. Blackburn could do the same at Leeds. Could if they turn up and we're off it. I just don't think they'll be on it enough and we'll be off it enough for that quality, that gap of quality to be narrowed for me. Eustace is a class manager at this level, he is. But if this were away from home again, maybe it'd be a different story. But they're not in form, Blackburn. They were last 3 games, well out of form. Looked very poor against Hull. They had more at ball. I watched the extended highlights of the last 2 games. The draw against Sunderland were exciting. 2-2. Sunderland tend to be in those games very Ipswichy this year. A lot of goals in their games. The whole game that I think they could still be playing now, could Blackburn still won't score. Danny Talksport. Last time I saw Matt this confident was against Millwall. Look at that, mate. I'll be doing another rant, won't I? Yeah, when we lost to Millwall, I went ape shit. You know what it is? I'm just a normal guy, normal fan. And if you watch my streams and you come over here, it's because I assume you like emotion. I'm not a statistician. I don't know game inside out. I know it pretty well. I played football, throughout my life and stuff, but I'm not a statistician. I'm not a professor of football. You've got all your jersey, your lockies. You've got some outstanding people to go watch. Plenty of content on their channel. You don't have to listen to me. But when it comes to emotion and passion, and you're in stadium, you see someone going for it inside you, behind you, in front of you. I'm that guy. And hopefully that's what you love about me. Hopefully it sets me apart and just being myself. But yeah, mate, when we lost to Millwall, I was fuming. It was first time as well, Danny, that where the other fans came over, the Millwall fans came over and giving me a bit of heat, and it was something I'd not experienced before. I got a little bit with Derby game beforehand, which were nice for me to sort of reply on their comment, like a few laughing faces, because they were very. I had a Derby fan come over and say they'll beat us 4-0, which I thought were absolutely astounding that he said that, and I loved writing back to him, mate. He didn't even get 4 shots on target, so it's one of them. But yeah, I'm very confident, mate. The only thing whatever bothering me, Danny, with that away form, I had a wobbled in it about a month ago where I was panicking, and after that Preston equaliser late on, a lot of fans were jubilant, happy that we got a point. We could have lost it. I were fuming after that game. Really concerned about the away form. Now away form looks to have turned. Hopefully we can go make that, totally put that nail in coffin at Hull next week. We do that then, plain sailing for me. Because honestly, I just think at home, no disrespect to anybody else, I just don't see us getting beat at home. I really don't. I thought Middlesbrough were going to be, and we battered them 3-1. Like, Middlesbrough were a tougher opposition to look at than Blackburn are for me, and we dispatched them with ease, didn't we? Anything bigger than 2-0 bonus. Yeah, Richard, it would be, mate. I don't see us conceding. I don't. And like I say, I always go 3-0 at home. It's sort of my giving that I always go there. Sunderland spoon tons of chances at Stoke. Yeah, they did, mate. They have a lot of chances. Sunderland, they play attractive football. They give it a good go to Sunderland. They do. We've got a mate who's been on channel a few times, and he's pulling his hair out a minute. It's a tough one for him. I think they're on slide a little bit, but they do score goals. But it's entertaining football anyway, isn't it? Sean Healy, get Millwall out of your head, Daniel. I had Evie, love, hope you well. Discuss the Peacocks. I am anxious about the Blackburn game, not going to lie. It's fine, you're allowed to be anxious. You know what it is, Evie? I love being anxious. One of my favourite games to go to the season have been Sheffield United because I didn't know what result were going to be, and Middlesbrough because I didn't know what result were going to be. I love jeopardy. It's why I love sport. Like, I love it. Like, that game the other night, I'm sat there and I know people are biting the nails, and my legs going, let's say I've got undiagnosed ADHD. I know that for a fact, and I can't sit still. You see me on streams, I'm twitching and moving, and my legs going all the time, and I get so nervous and so wrapped up in anything I'm focusing on or trying to focus on. But yeah, just one of them watching that game. I liked feeling nervous. I don't like to just be calm, cool, and collected watching a game of football. My team, I want to feel something. And when Aronson scores that goal, it just erupts. Like, the emotion just erupts because it wasn't a given we were going to win that game. I thought it was. We deserved to win that game at Derby. But as it's getting close to 80th minute, it goes out of window, doesn't it? And you're just praying then we come up with a bit of magic, which we did that night. But yeah, I get the nerves. I do. I just think because it's at home, I don't go to Elland Road feeling nerves that much. Like I say, Sheffield United and Middlesbrough especially, I was nervous. I hope I feel nerves going on New Year's Day. I do, because like I say, it makes the day more exciting. I want them to come and bring it because I want to see the best of my team as well. I don't mind in games when it's a dogfight. I want to see the lads stand up and be counted. Do you know what I mean? I love that side of sport in general. Shawnee, Evie, how things? You had a good Christmas. Yeah, hope you've had a good Christmas, Evie. As everyone in the chat as well, I hope you all have had a good time this Christmas. Been nice to pause from work, and I've had two. Well, I go back on 6th on next Monday. It's been nice. I haven't had an holiday this year. I work quite hard, to be fair. So yeah, it's been nice to pause and spend time with family on it. And Leeds winning, just unbelievable. Oh, good, Sean. Feels like a blink it's gone. It goes so quick, doesn't it? You've got to enjoy it while it's here, because honestly, we're all year for Christmas. My kids absolutely love Christmas. And yeah, it just goes so quick, doesn't it? Are you going to Richard Hogan? Are you going to Blackburn game? I am, Richard. If anyone in chat's going, I'm going to be going to the Peacock at 1:00 on Saturday. I keep thinking Saturday. On Wednesday, on New Year's Day, I'm meeting up with Sean from Wilco White's, and my best pal Priest is obviously coming with me. So park up near Dragon 12:30, walk down to Peacock for 1:00, have a couple of drinks in there, then make my way to my seat. But yeah, that reminds me, Wilco White, Sean, please go check out Wilco White's. If someone can bang it in chat for me, please. He had to restart his channel. I think he's on 11 subs at the minute. His content's way too good for that. I'd like more eyes on him because it's just what he deserves. He puts a lot into it. He's a really nice guy. Please go check out Wilco Whites. His name's Sean, and I'll be meeting him. Me, him, and Priestley will be, like I say, in Peacock at 1 o'clock. So if anyone's kicking around stadium, anyone else going to the game, come and say hi. I'd love to have a chat with you. It makes me day, to be fair. I got noticed at one of the games recently, and me, Darren, and Dillo got noticed, and it blew my mind. It was unbelievable. It was so nice for someone to speak to us. You know, it made them feel good. It made us feel good. Made us realise, you know, what we're doing is affecting people in a positive way, and I'm all for that. So yeah, I am going, mate, and I can't wait for it. East Upper, as always. We'll take 4 points out of the next 2, 6 preferably, but can see a draw. Yeah. Honestly, Danny, I think we get 6. I do, but yeah, it's hard not to accept 4 points out of 2 games. It's not a bad return, but I'm going for 6, pal. I'm going for 6. I'd turn 4 down if you offered me it now, I'll be honest, because I think we'd better that. At the very least, we'd get that. So I would turn it down if someone offered me 4 now. I've done nothing other than eat crap Sean diets. Honestly, I've been saying, Evie, got to a point where too many takeaways and nibbly bits and this and that, and we've had a couple of home cooked meals last 2 nights, and you don't half feel better for it. My gut's been bloody rotten these last week or so. Awful. Too much information, I know. Seafood needed, Danny. Yeah, that's me too. Yeah, Herbert, Sunderland are good to watch. They really are. What I like about Sunderland as well is they give the young lads a go. That's the side's full of young English talent, so it's fair play to them, and they're punching above their weight as well. But you know what it is? Coming to January, additions, January can turn everything around for everybody. You know, like even Blackburn, I'm saying Blackburn will fall away. They're in playoffs. There might be a couple of players in Prem, a couple of players not playing in Europe, who'll maybe take a punt on a side like Blackburn, who they maybe wouldn't have done if they were mid-table, but because they're in playoffs, why not? Yeah, interesting to see. I did say it'll be a close game, the Derby game. Yeah, and you were right to a degree, Danny. The scoreline was close, but the manner of the defeat, it was a one-way game for me. It was all one-sided. We battered them. But yeah, the scoreline, you were close. But if we could finish as dinner, you'd have been nowhere near with that. You know what I mean? It's just, we couldn't. Says, presume 4 tyres. Hi, Evie. If we win the next 2 league games, then that will give us some breathing space. Yeah, I think it will, because I feel like Sheffield United, they've lost Harry Souttar till end of the season, lost Arblaster a month or so ago. That they look like they're in a bit of a tough period now. Not everyone can react well to these amount of games in so many days. Not everyone's got fit, outstanding talents like Sam Byram to call upon, who's just a machine and can keep going and going. But yeah, I feel like Burnley all of a sudden have looked like the one who's bigger concern. I know that's easy to say after beating Sheffield United. I still think Sheffield United and Leeds will be 1 and 2, but I think we'll be number 1. But yeah, Burnley, they're looking really strong out there at the minute. Burnley back next Monday. Myself, mate. What as in on YouTube, Sean? Buzzing if you are, mate. Buzzing. Look forward to that, mate. If you are back next Monday, myself, mate. Yeah, happy with that, mate. Danny Green, I'm at work on Wednesday, but we'll be at the Hull game on Saturday. Our legend, Danny. I wish I could get to some away games. I think my wife would kill me if I started doing away games as well. Yeah, could have got to Stoke, but I got off the tickets about 3.5 hours before kick-off, which were annoying because I could have managed it if I'd have known. Could have juggled the family and stuff and the kids and maybe done it if I'd have known. I need a bit more notice than 3 hours, me. 3.5 hours, to be fair. Matty, nobody can put in chat unless they're a moderator. Right, okay. I said that on last one, didn't I? Right, okay. About when I said Wilco Whites, yeah, sound. I get that. I might have to make you my moderator then, might I, don't know, at some point. Maybe I need a mod. But 500 subs now, guys. I sit at my uncle's box in the East Stand. Adam B Social. Ah, dear mate, lucky you. Sat in the, well, everyone says I'm sat in the posh seats, sat in the normal seats at the East Stand. You are in the posh seats, mate. I love that. Absolutely love that. Give me a wave if you see me, pal. Kevin Foster. Hey up, Dad. Hope you're all right. Loving the content, loving the passion, mate. You know me, Dad. Full of passion, full of waffles. Herbert, in a way, it's youth. That's Sunderland's limitation. They trip over basics rather a lot. Not ready to contend. Yeah, they're definitely not ready for promotion, I don't think. I hope they stay in that top 4, and I hope they give it a good go. But yeah, it's one of them where you can't always get over the line on your first real go at it. And for me, I know they got to play a final a couple of years back, but it feels like a new Sunderland does this, doesn't it? And speaking to my friend Wayne, they're punching above the weight. They'd have accepted a mid-table season this year. Now they probably wouldn't. Now they want playoffs, and if they get to playoffs and build it, it's great. But problem is, when you've got such young talent, you get to a position, if you don't make that step there, and then your players get stripped away from you. Let's be fair, if they don't go up, which I don't, it's going to be a struggle for them with Leeds, Sheffield United and Burnley. Sunderland don't go up, they're going to lose the Joe Bellinghams, the Chris Rigg. They're going to get stripped of all the best assets because some of these players will fancy themselves in higher leagues. Little under pressure. I am watching that, actually. I need to watch it. Hi, Richard. Yeah, I think if we win the next two, we give ourselves the best chance. Yeah, we do, Evie, love. We do. And it's in us Arsenal to do it, innit? We're a fantastic side at the minute. And it was just that away form and the tempo in home games at times. Obviously, tempo away from home as well has been as Achilles' heel. I can never say those words. But yeah, it's one of them where I don't see many problems at Leeds now. I don't see many faults in any of his play. I think that he's freshening up the side on a game by game basis now. He's trusting his squad. I don't see many negatives now. We're getting players back from injuries. Sorry, Sean, totally missed that point. Then I'm back at work on Monday. Right, good. Well, that goes to show you, though. I think you should have your own YouTube channel as well. That'd be funny. That would be good. You on YouTube would be mint. Need to get you on more often. I might have to do a subscriber show soon as well because I enjoy doing them. But yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, back to Monday. Yeah, it's still a week off to enjoy them, my mate. I'm working half day tomorrow, then off for New Year's Day, then back to work on the 2nd. Yeah, it's a reality in it after Christmas. Has anyone took the Christmas tree down yet? I'm fighting with wife. She really wants to take it down. I'm like, no. I'd have it up till the end of January, me. I just don't want to say goodbye to Christmas just yet. Might go a horse race New Year's Day. Burnley's next two matches are at home at Stoke, and then their derby away at Blackburn at the weekend. Yeah, I think they'll beat Stoke. Blackburn, we'll have to see what way Blackburn are at home for that one. Let's hope they do drop points because Burnley are a concern because they just don't concede. They go away to Sheffield United and not concede a goal. I think they've conceded 7 or 8 all season. It's scandalous, to be fair. Sean putting cereal bowls in it doesn't work. No, Adam, I'm not a season ticket holder. I'm on the list, but I'm 26,000 because I'm a newly on person. I put my name down. But to be fair, I don't really want to go up list. If you watched any of my earlier videos, I touch on mental health quite a bit. Leeds United's my safe haven, my peace and quiet, my 4 or 5 hours to myself. The only part of my life that I'm a little bit selfish with, and I don't mind sitting in different seats, to be fair. It might sound a little bit sad, but I try and make 2 new friends every game, whoever sat left and right of me, and I really enjoy. I try and stick in the same area. I think it's L38, but I had to ask, as long as I'm up in Gods, I really like the view from up there. Yeah, I need the leg room. I'm 6'2.5", so I need the leg room. But yeah, I'm not a season ticket holder. But to be fair, I wouldn't want to be a season ticket holder. I managed to get a ticket every game. I try. If I don't get one on in the queue and then I don't get one on the ballot, one comes up. I've even got a ticket 3 or 4 hours before I kick off. It's all I go single seats. I meet my mate, walk down. He's a season ticket holder in Cop. He has been for years. He's been going with his granddad since he was a child. Who's no longer with us, rest in peace. But he still sits there, loves it, and I sit, like say, away from him. But yeah, I get to every game. Never had an issue just wanting a single ticket. I'm going to get a problem coming up now because my son wants to start coming with me, so that might become a bit of an issue. Try to get 2 side by side, but if not, I'll always be there on my top, mate. Yeah, love it. Always get there regardless. 500 subs, you'll have to get bouncers on the door next. Danny and Sean, Evie. Danny and Sean, they're going to be my bouncers. Evie, another great video. Yeah, go check out this Corsa because if you aren't already, she's seriously one of the best in the game. She really is. Absolute mint content. Richard Hogan, we should look at some of our rivals' better players. Cantwell, Hazard, etc. It strengthens us and weakens our opponents. Yeah, it'd be mint wanting to go steal a couple of decent players in January from some of his rivals. Don't think it'd happen. Best chance of doing that's probably in the summer when you try to bring people in. But yeah, I think in January it's going to be maybe a loan from Prem, maybe in 10, maybe in 9, maybe. It's going to be interesting to see. But I'm not really concerned about what we do. I think we need to be proactive. I think we need to do something. Don't get me wrong. But I'm really interested to see what those around us do. We saw them around us last year really go for it, and they did right. Paid off. Kiefer Moore, Sarmiento, they don't go to Ipswich. If Ipswich are 15th, do they? Because of where they were. fair play, and he gets them up. Did enough. So yeah, it's interesting to see what they do. To be fair, I don't expect us to do much. I think it was minimal. Maybe one out, one in. 2 out, 2 in. Maybe Geldart and Bamford. Maybe in back of my mind. Who knows what'll happen with Firpo if a bid comes in? Do they have to take it? If he's fit enough to even move in Jan, I don't think that'll happen either. I think we're minimal for us, but I don't think we'll go get anyone who's any of his rivals. To be fair, I don't think they'd do that. Sean shit takes where get Joe Wayman on. Yeah, man. I'm back modelling. Balaclavas in the new year. Self-employed is a way to go. Yeah, I'm self-employed. Subcontract to a company I've known for a long time, and it works well. Couple of weeks off unpaid over Christmas is never easy. January is always a tough month, but it's fine. I know it's coming all year, so I don't mind it. And like I say, I don't intend to have much time off because of that. So yeah, I really value my Christmases. I've done this job now, self-employed, well, on and off self-employed for 18 years, nearly 19 years, I think it is. So I'm used to the Christmas period, and I love it. So yeah. Discourse of Peacocks, we will struggle with not guaranteeing minutes. Yeah, that's it. Evie. We saw that last year. Everyone were linked to it. They went and played at other sides. This season, it gives players more of a chance. Is rotating, but I don't see us being able to get. I mean, Farke said he won't guarantee anyone, and maybe other sides do. Maybe a Chris Wilder will say, yeah, he'll play. Maybe a Scott Parker will say, yeah, he'll play. I don't know. I can't speak for them, but I don't think Farke will. He's too proud. You've got to come and earn your spot. Got people like Gillavogi who can't get a game, and he's probably better than most players, if he got more minutes than some of these players in league, or some of the players are potentially available in January. Not a position we'll be looking for, no, but there's some players who can't get minutes at our place, and say Willick with Buendia and McAtee, they're going to want some assurances. They aren't going to want to come back and obviously not get game time. They're going to want to be playing and be a main feature, and it's hard to break into a side that's doing so well for starters anyway. And the fact that Farke doesn't tend to, like I say, guarantee them minutes, it's going to be hard to get them over the line. But I do think that's where we look. And I think because we only maybe need one, I think someone to push Brendan in 10, which he's not a bend and brashing out. I absolutely love him at minutes doing mint. But I feel like that's a position they're probably still going to look at. If they do, I think alone would be great, and just maybe share minutes out and see how it goes. But it's going to be very hard to bring in top talent in January for that reason. He's spot on as usual. Danny Green, I've been in every part of Elland Road apart from where the away fans are nowadays. Don't mind where I am as long as I get a ticket. Upper East is good to see the action. Revit or South Stand for atmosphere. Yeah, it is, mate. Atmosphere is not great every home game, but if you're thick at South Stand and Cop, it's going to be better than it is anywhere else. It can be quite quiet in that East Upper, to be fair. In every other section bar where I am, because I'm usually standing up, giving it some, to be honest. It's not quiet on my row, pal. I can guarantee you that. But I prefer it, mate. I need leg room, to be honest. Honestly, I sat down in family stand. I stand obviously in other areas, but I prefer to be up there for leg room and the view mainly. Lord Shiogora, hey up, mate. I heard you were poorly a few weeks ago, so I hope you've had a good Christmas. I hope you're well now, mate. I'm back modelling reality and common sense. Eyes on Healy. Yeah, I hope you're well, mate. I'm seeing you for a few streams now, so hopefully it's all good. Hopefully you're on the mend, and hopefully you've had a really good Christmas, mate. I do hope. Agree, Evie. That's why I feel it to be young and upcoming Prem next season, going for a place. Yeah, I know. It's going to be so interesting to see what happens in January. Like I say, I'm more interested about what others do around us. It's going to be really interesting. Lordy, common sense ain't very often. Richard Hogan, Firpo can only sign a pre-contract in January for the summer. Bamford's wages are too high for him to go. Yeah, well, that's the same thing with Bamford all the time. If we want to move Bamford on, you're going to have to pay half his wages as a minimum, I think. If he's on 35 grand a week, they'll talk of Wrexham. They haven't got FFP in League One, but they ain't going to spend 35 grand a week on Bamford's wages. So do we sacrifice somebody like Bamford who can come on and shit house for the last 5-10 minutes, who has a third option in the Championship, whether I rate him or not, which I don't really now? You're not going to get a better third choice than Bamford probably in Championship, so they might just have to keep him. It's whether Pat wants to push for a move to potentially. We'll have to see, won't we? But yeah, and obviously touching on Firpo, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. I think if someone comes and whacks 5 or 6 million down, if he's going to go on a free, they might look at it. But I don't think they'll make any big moves. And losing Firpo now in Jan, halfway through a promotion push is too big. People have spoke about Melier. They ain't going to sell Melier as well in January. They're just not. They're not going to make any big waves. It'll be subtle tweaks. You know, players going out who aren't featured in a minute and bringing players into push and strength on that bench. That's what they'll do. I almost guarantee it. I used to be east near Cheese Wedge. Yeah, I've been in Cheese Wedge once. I actually enjoyed it in Cheese Wedge. Evie says, I love East Upper because my hubby is 6'3" as well, and I love the view. It's like being on TV. Evie, honestly, exactly the same reason as me. Like I say, leg room's massively different up there. I know a lot of people say, well, stand in other stands, but I prefer to, be honest with you, I prefer to sit down in posh seats with a really good view, and it really isn't there. I remember when I went to a hospitality game, I took one of my friends to an hospitality game and they were like, oh, we nosebleeds. And he didn't realise, well, I think we're only 3 rows from back. It's not like, you're not at Wembley Stadium. It's not as high as people think. It's a brilliant view anywhere in that East Upper. It's brilliant view. I really enjoy view from up there. I love it. Absolutely love it. Last year, off on the men. You're welcome, mate. You're welcome. I'm glad you're back on, mate. I was only thinking of you a couple of streams ago because Danny said you weren't well. So, yeah, glad you're all well, mate. And had a good Christmas. Nice one. Evie, how do you see... other people have been a dwarf. Yeah, it's some size difference in you and it'll be in it, love. Diggler in January could maybe sign another older proven player in similar mold to Gilly Vogie. But strike, yeah, mate, I'd love that. I'd love us to go out there and bring someone in of Gilly Vogie's experience, but like you say, in a different position. Like you say, maybe a striker, maybe that 10 role. I don't know. I don't really think there's many holes in this team, if I'm honest. I keep saying 10 just because it's only Brendan for 10. I've said my piece. I think there's people who could play there currently in that side. Right now, he's in a hot streak, but they can't. What they need. I said it on Final Pint. Leeds need to be careful now because looking at that side now, with players coming back, we don't need anybody. We don't need to sign a player. For me, we've probably got enough. Probably have got enough, but they can't risk it. They've got to just go do it. We've seen it years before. I remember years ago when we had a Lasoga playing, he were crap. January come and he scored. I think he scored 3 games in a row. And they didn't bring anyone in to push Lasoga. It's funny talking about Lasoga, but it happened. And then I don't think he scored for the rest of the season. You've got to be careful. Like for me, go out and get a 10. And if no one leaves, leave it at that. Leave it at that. Aronson's your starting 10. He deserves it. He's playing brilliant, but you need someone behind him and push him. You need someone for rotation because can he keep this up now? We saw Brendan's first year at Leeds United. He were brilliant up till Qatar World Cup in December. Came back not the same player. Is it going to be the same in New Year with Brendan? I hope not. This is the best I've ever seen Brendan play this last month. Best I've ever seen him play. Long may it continue. Yeah, great to hear, Lordy. That's why I love being East Upper because it's fairly steep, so I can see all that. Yeah, it is, to be fair. Brumad a bit toothless up front. Maybe they'll take Paddy. Yeah, that'd be nice one. They've got that Stansfield, haven't they? But yeah, you can have Paddy for me as long as we bring someone in. Firpo could sign for a team abroad on Wednesday. Yeah, and if he's going to move anyway, it's going to be abroad, isn't it? He ain't moving anyone in England, so yeah, from Wednesday, he could sign for someone. If he's going anywhere, I think it's Real Betis. Really interested to see what happens with him. What I don't want is it to upset the apple cart, at Elland Road, and it can happen. People talking behind the scenes, heads being turned. It can happen. I don't want that to happen. That left back is potential. That potentially could be an all. Is Voba staying? Is Firpo staying? Can Bynum stay fit? Is Schmidt a left back? I feel like we've got 4 options there at a minute, but like that we could have a couple. It's an interesting one. But yeah, hopefully Firpo knuckles down and gets through the end of the season, gives us 110%. Because recently I've lost a bit of faith in him. Headbutt at Millwall, getting suspended, silly when you're inexperienced head in that dressing room. And his form off the boil a little bit, slightly, and then he's picking up injuries. We didn't really see that last season. He started last season injured, and then was pretty much reliable most weeks. Sort of feels now like it's a Firpo at Prem a little bit. I don't know if I'm being harsh there. Let me know if I'm being harsh. I do love Firpo though. And I do feel like if he's fit, he will play. Didn't know they do. Evie says, Bamford won't go because we are likely to get promoted and his wage will double. To be fair, Evie, I've not even thought of that. He's got 1 more year left, hasn't he? He's happy sitting on bench. I've sort of called it back end of season when we're struggling. He tends to get injured and yeah, maybe. I never even thought of that, Evie. Never thought of that. You'll think if you don't mind sitting on bench, which I think is ridiculous, you should be wanting to play. If he don't feel confident, he ain't the player he once was. Maybe he knows that. Yeah. If he's on 30, 35 grand a week now, he sits on bench, don't kick up a fuss, and then pulls 70 grand a week next year. Fair play. Richard Hogan, Wrexham will be good for Joffe or going back to Wigan. Not sure what we will do at 10. Maybe nothing, which will be disappointing. Yeah, it will be. Joffe, I'd love Joffe to go to Wrexham. What a project that'd be. Where there were talk of Bamford going to Wrexham, I don't think that happens. I feel like Bamford's ego is probably a little bit too big for a League One side. I don't think he goes there, if I'm honest. The money and all that. I feel like he'll think League One's a step too much of a step down, which I aren't too sure if it is, if I'm honest. Joffe, perfect move for him. Drop down to top of League One and let's see what you've got, because we're proper stunting his development now at Leeds. He needs to move on. He's a decent kid. Never kicked up a fuss as Joffe. Never heard anything bad about Joffe. He deserves to go play football this January, and I hope the club abide by that and go bring someone in so you can let Joffe go play football, because he ain't getting football at Leeds. And when we go up, he ain't getting it again next season either. Bandor won't go because no bastard wants him. There might be some bastard out there that wants him, mate. I hope there is anyway. Bless him. Seeing a leak of the new stadium, the stands look as big as the East stand. Yeah, I can't wait to see plans. My mate does all TV aerial system for Elland Road and Thorpe Park and that, and he hadn't shown me, or obviously I haven't seen the plans or anything, but he was telling me he's been sat in all the meetings about the stadium and stuff, and he said, "Might wait till you see it's going to be phenomenal." He said it's going to be really, really good and impressive. The 3D images that'll get released and stuff in detail. He said they're going to blow your mind. I'm quite taken back by it, because he was really excited, of what he's seen and what he's heard. So I can't wait for that. Even Scunthorpe lost interest. Danny Green, done East Upper a few times and been at the back row a few times. Only downside is from there, he's not been able to see the screen. Yeah, he's mate. So I set a stopwatch on my phone at kickoff. Really prepared. That's because I don't normally drink at games, so I'm always clear of thought. But yeah, sometimes I miss it. I get a bit too giddy and I miss it. But I tend to put my stopwatch on, and then I sort of know, and everyone around me sort of asking then, how long's left and stuff. But yeah, it is, mate. If you don't do that and you can't see the clock, it's a nightmare not knowing how long's left in the game. And you can't always get on your phone, can you, for signal all the time to have a look. So Discourse of Peacocks makes Paddy sound like one of those rushes that we've all heard about, lol. Herbert, don't need anyone holding us ransom for guaranteed minutes anyway. We're too good for that. They have to prove themselves. Yeah, they do, Herbert, mate. They do. And let's say Farke won't do it anyway, will it? Just checking. When I go live on my own like this, because it's different when we go on like panel shows and we do final panel, it's free of us to talk. You can't speak about every comment. But like, I think if I just came on here and did a Blackburn preview, it'd last 10 minutes, 2 minutes, me touching on what Blackburn do, and 8 minutes of saying how fucking brilliant Leeds are. That'd be it, yeah. But no, the people enjoy this concept where I've got time to bring every comment up, because I ain't in no rush. I don't mind how long it goes on for. But I feel like obviously we go down little avenues here and we don't really talk about the preview. Is everyone's happy for me to go along, not just today, but in general, when I do these on my own, the previews and the reviews, I touch a bit on game, but then, is everyone happy for me to sort of go through every comment and bring it up? Because I do enjoy this. But like I say, that I don't know if people sat here going, it's supposed to be a Blackburn preview, but we do go off on a tangent. But I do love it. It gives you a chance to get heard, which you can't always do on YouTube. And yeah, I thought I'd ask you if you enjoyed it, because I did it the other night as well. And I really enjoyed it. I love getting people's opinions. But I just wanted to check you guys were still okay with that. Ideally, we get a 10 who can also play 9 too, which has a bit more coverage. Yeah, I'd love that, mate. I'd love us to get someone who could do both. Bit like Pido. Furbo will go back to Betis. I think so. Besic, that's one of them too. Didn't know that. Head be turned like some of the last season, mate. You can go play on bench, can't you, for a Prem team if you want, or you can stay at Leeds United and do something. Be part of something. Like getting promoted with Leeds United. I don't know if it'll mean as much this time as it did a few years ago. I don't know. I'll let you know after when it happens how the emotion is, because the emotion was like not what I'd ever felt before when we went up with Bielsa. I don't know if it'll feel the same. I don't know. It's hard to say. But yeah, we know it's like at Leeds United. You get promotion with Leeds United, you'll be lauded, aren't you? Come back in 20 years' time for your dinner, dining, and your nights with and all that stuff, and you'll be lauded. You'll be always welcome back at Elland Road, or you can go to West Ham for a year or two, potentially some of them, and go sit on bench and then end up joining somebody else. Look at Phillips. We go up this year. Where's he going to be playing? Probably at a side the equivalent of Leeds United in terms of league position, or maybe even lower. It's an hard, but they back the South East footballers, don't they? I mean, Somerville were Cockett Shaw won it last year to a degree. He'll back himself to go to West Ham and be fine, but it's not really happening. He stays at Leeds this year and he's tearing it up again. I'm glad he didn't. To be fair, I'm really enjoying as wingers we've got now. I absolutely love our team now. Love it. I love how we haven't really got any stars. They're all just as a collective absolutely brilliant. I absolutely love it. As a Leeds fan, we had years where I'd go to work and work all over the country, and who do you support? And I'd say Leeds. I'd always get laughed at. Always get laughed at. Don't get laughed at no more. I haven't got laughed at since Bielsa days, really. Yeah, we had a poor running Prem. It is what it is, but don't get laughed at anymore. We're a serious club, serious players, serious ambition behind us, and I love it. All I want, I have what league we're in. I just want to be proud of my team. I'm going to pay money and go watch my team, be proud of them. I'm sat there supporting. I fucking love that. We've got that now. Fucking love it. Dig out Paddy's VHS showreel and send it to the Arabian Club. Mate, just keep slowing down that Peterborough goal last season. Just put that on a loop. Put that on a loop. He likes a Hollywood limelight, though. Does Bamford, Matty Wrexham were perfect. Maybe Wrexham's probably the only side in that league who looks a bit like an attractive proposition, which I think Wrexham really is, isn't it? You could be right with that. The glitz and glamour Wrexham, mate. Richard Hogan, free agents could be important too. Well, I don't ever think Leeds tap into the free agent market, and we did this year. So the look. Only problem is it takes so long to get them up to speed. But if we get whatever player we bring in January in terms of probably a loan player, they're probably not playing football either. They'll be training every week. They'll be fitter than a free agent, you'd imagine. But whoever we get, they're going to have to get up to speed. I don't think we're going to go sign, like someone said earlier, from a direct rival or from a Premier League team where they're bossing it, because they won't come to Leeds. They'd stay where they were. So whoever we get in January probably aren't going to be as fresh and as sharp as what we currently got. Pardon me, but you need someone, like I say, for maybe under an Aronson, maybe another choice up top, a different profile to push these players. What's your guard off? Why has Paddy got an ego based on 1.5 decent seasons? I just think he has, mate, and I don't even mean it like as a massive negative. I just think Paddy Bamford, big money. I just don't see him, in my opinion, thinking a League One team is a good enough proposition for him. I still think Paddy believes he's better than what we think he is. I think he's not as good as what he believes he is, and I think League One. I don't think he'll entertain a League One move, Paddy. I maybe eating my words, and I hope I am, to be fair. I hope he goes on to Pastors New and does really well. I want him to do well. I just want him to move on now. It's run its course for me. But I do think he'll have an ego, mate. I do. I just like I think there's a massive proportion of Leeds fans who think he's better than what he is because of what he did for those 1.5 seasons behind closed doors. And he was fantastic. That Aston Villa performance away from home will stick with me forever. As a number 9, all round, one of the best performances I've seen in fucking years by a centre forward at our club. Unbelievable that game. He did stuff he did, but I do think he will have an ego. He will not entertain a League One move in my opinion, pal. If Bamford leads, who comes in to replace him? Needs some cover behind Pedro Joseph, who's proven at this level. I don't know, mate. I don't know. Say it's up to recruitment to get it right. It's hard because at minute you keep Paddy. I'm not saying he's happy in that. Being third choice, I'm not saying he's happy at all. But he's there and he's contracted and he can't move if we don't choose to sell him. Who do we bring in that's happy being third choice? That's the hard part in it. That's the hard bit, mate. I can't say else on that really. PS, I assume this is to saying it's good how it sound. Yeah, Matty. Yes, keep it as it is. Tom Welton, yes, it's mint. I appreciate that. Cheers, Tom. Thanks for that. Yes, it's a bit different, which is good. Yeah, I enjoy this. I'm loving this. Thank you. Just never know, you know what I mean? Because some people's opinions and comments will be totally different to someone else. I'm going down on a tangent, and I don't want people to be sat there going, bloody hell, this is boring. But I love it. I love that I'm able to do this. Like I say, at 500 subs, but I'm still, I'm still fortunate to have a really core group that come back, stream after stream after stream, and it's always a manageable number, which is lovely that I can bring every comment on, and I really like that part of the channel. As hopefully I grow, God knows I'll always try because I know what I will like, I know what I'm like. Sorry, on other channels, I'm just a massive fan of other channels, and I actually really like to be able to, like I said, I'm probably going to do I am going to do a subscriber show probably in the next week. Maybe just when I go back to it, maybe it starts next week. It's hard to fit it in a minute with everything we knew here. But obviously, we'll talk about 2024, I think, as a whole, even the back end of last season, it'll be a really interesting stream. But yeah, really glad to know you all enjoy this. Yeah, it's great. Love the interaction. Love the bit of crack as well. Yeah, always, mate. Always. I think I'll get our boots out for Leeds United because Lord shit, yeah. We will beat Blackburn. They've had their run. Just got beat by Dulce. 100%. Cannot agree more, mate. Lord Shea Goroff, 100%. Herbert, that's your unique style, Matty. Carry on, mate. Thanks, Herbert, mate. Appreciate that, mate. Hey up, pal. I wonder if Solomon will start in the lineup for the next game. I think he does. I do, mate. Bringing it back to the next game, I think both wingers come back in. I think Dan James, Solomon come back in. I think Pirro comes back in. I feel like he had to rotate in one of these 3 games, and it made sense for Solomon, Pirro, and James to start, then come out rested, and come on and win the game, save the game, impact the game at Derby, and then start the next game. I feel like Joseph, Nonto, and Ramazani all come out me for this game, which is great management on Farke's part for me. You've got to freshen it up. Got to freshen it up. Richard Hogan, bring in the stadium when if we go up, we'll be special. That didn't happen when we went up with Bielsa. Yeah, no, it will, mate. Yeah, like I say, to be there with trophy and celebrating the stadium will be massive. So that's what I'm hoping for, and that'll be a moment that's something you cherish as a football fan. And hopefully we go to Premier League and we're not a yo-yo club, and we never have to. In my lifetime, I never want to win Championship again because I want to be in Premier League. But that might mean a sustained period of time where you're not winning trophies. Let's be fair. In all honesty, that could be for the rest of my life, So I need to enjoy it. Need to enjoy being top at league. Need to enjoy a trophy if and when we get that this year. Yeah, Matty, it's your USP, unique selling point. Yeah, I actually knew what USP was. I'm daft, mate, honestly, but I actually knew what that was. But thanks for that, pal. Yeah, Matty, get that Joseph shirt signed, and he might start. Mate, it's signed. It's signed, pal. It's signed on number. Can't see it, but it's on number. It's signed. But yeah, let me just bring that up. Actually, just so you know, I'm sponsored by O'Reilly's Autographs. All of January and a little bit earlier. I know it's not quite January. Go check him out on Instagram. He's a lifelong friend. The O'Reillys, I've known him all my life. He goes out and gets genuine autographs, does it all himself, takes his kids out, waits outside Thorpe Arch, loves it. He has crack with lads. He also has signed, he had a Tom Hanks and Alice Cooper signed memorabilia. He doesn't just do Leeds United, but Leeds United is his core group. Go check him out. He's sponsoring my channel and Only Leeds Bros all of January and a little bit before. He does raffles as well, but go check him out on Instagram. And while he's sponsoring the channel till the end of January, if you use the code or if you message him on Instagram or whatever platform you find him on and write the final pint as a code, us and Only Leeds Bros are using that code for him, you'll get 10% off any of your orders of the memorabilia. So worth having a look at. He's brilliant. Darren and Dilo went mad last week when they came to Leeds and they got 2 shirts apiece. I think I speak to him about money and stuff. I think it's fair price for the hours he puts in and how good the memorabilia is. Some are frames, some aren't frames, some are just pictures, some are the street signs signed by. He waited back for Luke Ayling. He got Luke Ayling to sign some bits. He's got all sorts of crazy stuff over there. So check out my pal Casey O'Reilly over at O'Reilly's Autographs. But yeah, it is signed, my mate. And they're all with certificates of authenticity or authentication. Hopefully they're both right. Herbert, you can see the lads are working for each other. Yeah, and I love that. Like I say, I'm all about pride. I'm all about loving my side with the players. I don't like it if there's a bad apple in a team, which I can't recall last time really. Jed Spence, I suppose, last season, but I like to be proud of him. I ain't bothered on performances, on results. If I'm honest, long term, I just want to love my club. Strip it right back. I just want to love my club. I know that's all part and parcel of being a good side and all that, but fundamentally, I want from the top to the bottom of my club to be pure and be. And I know it's football. And I know it's not like that anymore. But maybe I'm just a romanticist. Is that the word? And I love the romance of life, football. I'm an emotional guy. And I just fucking love it when it all comes together. And we had it under Bielsa. We'll never have that again. But this is nice at the minute. I'm liking every player. I'm proud to be a Leeds fan. I always have been, even in Maya, because it was fun. Even when we were shit, I still laughed it off. But it's nice to not be laughed at anymore. I won't lie. Don't think there's a wrong way of running a channel and doing live videos. You do what you feel is right for you. Going off on a tangent is good, and reading comments brings interaction. Yeah, Danny, I feel that too, mate. Just wanted to check. Thought I'd put it out there and ask the opinion. But yeah, 100%, mate. I hate the thought of having comments sat to me right and not being able to get through them all. when I do a panel show like the final panel, it's so difficult because you've got 3 people and they might be talking for a couple of minutes apiece, and I tend to just flag them up so you can see that I've interacted, and I'll speak on some that stand out more than others maybe, but I do try and get through them properly and actually speak about them and read them out when I can and wherever I can. Trust me, I will. If we get anyone in January, and that's a big if, they're going to take 5-6 weeks to get up to speed. 100%, Danny. 100%. Lord, good to see you up and about. Yeah, I echo that, Ina. Yeah, Lord, it's really good to see you up and about, mate, and being positive and getting stuck in like you normally do. I love it, mate. Richard Hogan, Pirro, Joseph and Bamford all stay in January. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I'd love Bamford to move on, but like I said, I don't think you're going to get a striker who's going to play third fiddle in January. I just don't see it. So Leeds' best interest probably for now is just to keep it as it is and maybe let Joffrey go out on loan. And probably the only one I'd probably like to see leave, if I'm honest. That actually from Bamford was up there with Viduka. Mate, I was going to say, Sean, the Viduka 4, then I bottled it. I speak my mind and I'm very truthful and I don't want to bullshit anybody, but I bottled that comment. I bottled it because it sounded, as I was about to say, it sounded wild. But it felt it was, wasn't it? I remember having a poster when I was a kid, Liverpool 3, Viduka 4. I always remember Liverpool 3, Viduka 4. That was Villa 0, Bamford 3, wasn't it? It was that sort of level where you were like, wow, Bamford won that game on his own. It was scandalously good. I love that kit as well. I love that away kit, that first season back in Prem. That away kit was beautiful. If Bamford goes, we should look at Richard Coney at Wickham, banging them in League One, only 21. Got shades of Ivan Toney by him. Wow. Yeah, I haven't read too much about him, Tom, but you know more than me on that one. But that might be a way to do it. We saw Ipswich do it last year, didn't we? Getting that lad from Wimbledon, Al Hamadi, I think. I probably butchered his name. And maybe that's the way to do it. You can probably bring someone in of quality from a lower end to play third fiddle. Would someone at Wickham play third fiddle at Leeds United? Probably. Never thought of that option, to be fair, but it's a great shout, that. It's a great shout. I'll have to check him out as well, but yeah. Pirro has already scored half of the goals Bamford has ever scored for Leeds. Mate, Pirro, his stats are just unreal. His stats are unreal. He don't even play all minutes, does he? Like when you look, he's shared the minutes. I bet it's about 60-40 in terms of percent between him and Joseph. He hasn't played 90 minutes for 20 odd games, has he? He's played 70 at best. Sometimes 90 when he's moved back to 10 when Joseph comes on, but there's been a lot of minutes he's been sat on bench as well, and his numbers are still great. And I tell you what, his assists, I think he's on 5. I think, what is he on? 8 goals or something, but 5 assists. The assists are really standing out. And that's where I want Brendan Anderson to get a little better. I think he's got 6 or 7 goals, but only 2 assists. I want him to get a few more assists from that 10 position. The only reason I know USP because my dad works in business. I did business studies at school, man. It's always stuck with me, that, even though I'm thick as 2 short planks, but I'm not really. I have got a little bit more between ears than that, but yeah, I say some daft stuff at times. I've said that already. Cheers for interaction, guys. Honestly, I absolutely love it. Richard Hogan, Matty, do you keep Gilavogi in the Prem? I do. Gilavogi and Byram, I give a 1-year deal. I do. Because I say they're not asked to touch grass. I'm sure if I asked them, or you asked them, they'd say, of course they're asked. They want to play football. But I think they deserve it. I feel like just being around dressing room. I said it in final pint. Being around dressing room. Someone like Byram, right? I'll go with Byram. I say Gilavogi, but Byram. If we go up and we give Byram 1-year deal, it'll be 20 grand a week. I don't know what it'll be, but it won't be a lot. It'll be one of the lowest earners, right? Leeds lad, gets it, loves the club, plays with passion, playing like his life depends on it, flies in, blood, sweat and tears. Every time he pulls on his shirt, you know you're going to get a 7 out of 10 out of Byram. Can cover 2 positions. Might never touch grass, might never need to touch grass. Although we might go on a cup run, a couple of cup runs, who knows? Got someone sat there. Experience on training ground. Experience in the physio room is massive. Massive. Look at Dallas last year, we lost him. Any young lad gets a knock, anyone who's out for 5, Ramazani out for 6 weeks, Sam Byram in club, go put an arm around him, can talk him through, can help him through those tough moments where they're out for 6 weeks, where a young player maybe never gone through it before. Brilliant to have someone like that who's been through that and been through really horrendous injuries. Not everybody in the foundation, not everyone under that umbrella of Leeds United can be a player. Cooks, cleaners, chefs, admin, people who work in club shop, coaches, people who wash the kits, everybody at all, and they'll all say, all the ones at the top of the tree will all say, but it's all full collective. We saw what the lads did in COVID when they give up a percentage of the wages to make sure everybody at Leeds United, all the normal workers, all the people in the positions, in the offices and stuff all got paid the full salaries and full wages. Phenomenal gesture. And it doesn't have to be just all what's on the pitch. What happens off the pitch impacts and mirrors what happens on pitch. So someone like Gilavogie, yeah, I would, because he's brought a feel-good factor to the club, and I feel like that you can't play that role down. He's given there, and when he is called upon, you know what you're going to get from him. And he's played in decent European leagues. He's played in Europe. He ain't a bad footballer coming to twilight and end of his career, just like Byron. But you need players like that. You can't just have a squad of 22, 25-year-olds. You can't. So yeah. To answer your question a long way around, Richard, I would give him a deal. I really would. I'd give him both a deal. Embrace the wildness, speak your mind. Yeah. Viduka was a brilliant 9. That was a great team. It was, mate. It really was. Danny Talksport. If people didn't like what you did on this channel, they wouldn't be here listening to you rabble on. Lol. We're here because we all love what you do. Very unique. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Thank you very much. I've always been a bit unique. I've always been a little bit odd. Danny Green, 2021 green blue stripe to work. It's a throwback to the Ebola season where he scored a hat trick in Monaco. Yeah, it is, mate. Yeah, it is. And that was beautiful as well. But I thought they did a really good throwback to that shirt as well before. I think that one they did was actually really good. Can never beat the original for me. Even when they bring a movie out or you bring a song out or whatever, you always look at the original, don't you? And with that shirt, the original will always stand out as one of the best away strips I've ever seen at Leeds United. But that remake of it in 2021. Pretty good. Lord says Lee Chapman and Rob Wallace were a deadly duo. They were unstoppable when Wilco won his league. Yeah, they were, mate. I've done a bit more research on Wilco lately. With my mate Sean being at Wilco White's, he loves Wilkinson. It's the era I started really getting at Leeds just after that era. I was born in '87. Don't really remember much early '90s, unfortunately. I've watched every documentary going pretty much, also I think I have. But yeah, I know that Rod Wallace goal, I've watched it on YouTube many a times. What a goal that was. Herbert, model pro Byron, a good example in the dressing room. Exactly, mate. In the dressing room, training field, when he gets minutes on pitch, he's outstanding. Agree, Lord. There you go. And it was against Spurs, wasn't it? Yeah, you're right. The goal v Spurs where he ran past the whole left side and bending the top bins was unreal. Well, yeah, unreal. We always show you Bobo goals, don't we? But that's up there, mate. That's right up there. I love go get you Gary. I fucking love Gary Speed. And the game is Wendy's when we smashed them on the live on the telly. Yeah, strong back one. One of the I love the strong back one, mate. Yeah, the yellow one, the yellow away one, and the home white one. Class. Smash the likes from yeah, please. I haven't seen how many I've got. Not asked as long as you're enjoying it, which you all have. Had over 20 consistently on this live, which is mint. So please continue sticking likes on. Please share. Please subscribe if you're new here. It's been a crazy week. I can't actually believe what's been happening on this channel these last few days. I'm very humbled. I got a bit emotional yesterday. So many nice messages. Say I got noticed at a game recently, which blew my mind. Very humbling. I'm just a fucking normal lad waffling on about Leeds. I love it. Absolutely love this channel. It's my baby, and I'm watching it grow. And I've got some brilliant friendships I'm making. Really am. Danny, now 532 subs on the road to 1K. Come on, people. Yeah, it's brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. I'll let a few more chats come in if anybody else wants to divert. I'm all right for a little bit longer. If anybody wants to pop me a question in that's going to divert us down a little alley, I'll be happy to assist. Admiral shirt with Admiral all down the sleeve was great. Yeah, it was, mate. We've had some absolute bangers, and I really love the retro look. Now I've heard they might be bringing back that. What was that 21? No, 102 shirt. I think the blue. I always remember the blue away at Arsenal when Viduka scored that goal at Arsenal. That blue and yellow Strongbow one, I think it was. Might be doing a remake of that for next season. I think I've read that somewhere. Am I talking shit? Is that about right? Because if that is, that'll be absolutely buzzing with that. You're a celeb now, Matty. Paparazzi in your back. I'll never be a celeb, mate. Never. I'm too common for that, mate. Never. But it's just nice, man. It's just nice. Honestly, lovely bloke. He's about 6'5", and he was waving at me, and he was stood with his wife, and I had to walk past him and go to the toilet. Darren and Dylan behind me, and he was just like, "Matt, you all right, mate? Hey, mate. Yeah, you all right? Do I know you?" And he went, I love your show on YouTube. Imagine not being Leeds. He was like to his wife, "Oh, it's Matty." Oh, is that Matty? And I said Darren and Dylan, and he knew them as well from Final Play. It was crazy. It was crazy. Absolutely amazing. I had the blue Strongbow shirt, classic, but bit of gimme. I absolutely love that. I pray to God they bring that out next season as a bit of a remake, because that'll sell as good as yellow one as this year. It really will. Absolutely class show, won't it? Yeah, unreal. Question, Matt, if Leeds win against Blackburn on Wednesday, I will predict us to run away with the league. Yes. I believe that anyway, because I think we will beat Blackburn on Wednesday. It's nice to hear you're positive. I know you have your reservations about certain games. I know Middlesbrough won as well, pal. And I know Blackburn stood out. You've called Blackburn for a, you do look ahead, Danny, don't you? When you do pick these out, when you stick your neck on line, you do say it. You had Middlesbrough, and that you were right to think that, but we proved, on his day, we can white flow of any side that thinks they've got a chance, and any side that's half decent, we're still head and shoulders above them. And same with Blackburn, you singled out a few weeks back and said it'll be a tough game, and it could be. I don't think it will be. I think it'll be 3-0 Leeds, and I think it'll be a game a bit like. Here we go again. Joe Blackburn. I'd hate to lose to my surname twice. You would, mate. You would. I'll start calling you Joe Blackburn. Hope you're well, mate. Anyway, hope you had a good Christmas, Joe. 2003 season, that blue against Arsenal. Remember the Lazio blue 1999 away kit where Michael Bridges, Michael Bridges, I love Michael Bridges. I think I read the other day that Pirlo's now scored the same amount of goals as Michael Bridges did at Leeds, which sounds crazy when you say it, because I love Michael Bridges. Yeah, you said Millwall as well. You did, pal. You did. You do single out a few games, don't you? You're fair. You say, we'll win this, we'll win that. They'll be tight. You don't tend to give massive scorelines away, Danny, but you do pick out some tough games, and this could be another one. Blackburn deserve respect, not fear. Yeah, there's no to fear for me, mate. Currently, they're in bad form. They haven't won in 3. They haven't won over Christmas. They're going to be shot. The respect comes to respecting the manager for me. You respect how good a manager, how good a coach John Eustace is in this division, and he knows how to get a win against Leeds United. He's done it far too many times to remember now. We don't score against him. He's really good at shutting up shop. Okay, Bedford, guys. See you soon. Lord Sheargora, thanks for coming on, mate. Glad you're well, and Happy New Year to you, pal. Hope it's a good one. Thanks for coming back on. Take care. Look after yourself. How many changes would you make for the cup game? Do you want a cup run? At least past that. Yeah, I want a cup run, Tom. I don't want to be greedy. I want us to get past these and past Allegate Town and get scum at Elland Road. That'd be dream. But yeah, it's people will say sod the cup. They will. I said it when we got beat by Middlesbrough at League Cup. I don't really like League Cup, if I'm honest. FA Cup. So I always got that raw, I'm 37-year-old. I always liked the FA Cup growing up. It's lost its sparkle, it's lost its magic to a lot of people, but it's a special competition for those sides. Like Harrogate, what a tie for Harrogate Town. They've got no to lose. But yeah, I think there'll be plenty of changes, but still with some core quality in there. I think I will name the side. I think Darlow plays. I think left back, it depends who's fit. Voba, Firpo, or Byram, or Schmidt. It could be a game to play Schmidt there. I don't know. Left back, I can't call it. Centre halves, I won't be surprised if Gilavogi starts at centre half. We saw him come on the other week for centre half for a bit, and they pushed Ampadu back up on his first game back. So I think Gilavogi might start, and he'll be part. I don't think they'll play De Bayo. I think they'll partner either Roden or Strauch. Right back, they'll probably go Bogle again, or if someone decent's at left back, a Voba or a Firpo, they might move Byram over depending on fitness. Midfield, I think you see Charlie Crew partner an Ampadu or a Tanaka. I think you might see Chambers start on one at wings. He'll definitely get minutes. I think they'll play a few at kids, but I do think outside that, it'll be Aronson in 10, potentially Ramazani or Anonto on other wing, and then I think Bamford up front. But I still think there's enough in that. You know what I mean? I think you can balance it. I think you can have 5 or 6 certain starters with a couple of these fringe players in there and a couple of kids, and I think that you can get the balance right. Farke doesn't make wholesale changes, but I think in that cup game, I think he's got to give some of these fringe players a game. And Harrogate, it's a great opportunity at Elland Road to do it. We know about Harrogate, played in pre-season. I think he does. He does. Yeah, me too, mate. Hey up, Jack. Hope you're well, mate. Love you. JP, Danny Green, Sean. Just remembering him being a similar style to what Lazio. Okay, yeah. Mate, I've got like a subscription with a mystery football. I think on mystery jerseys. I think they're called. And I get a different shirt every week. I need to up my sizing because I put a bit too much weight on these last few months and they're a bit tight. So I'm not wearing them. I've also got the tags on. Get some wonderful shirts. So. Hi, Matty. Jack sent me here. Keep up the good work. Hey, up, Tristan. Thanks, mate. Yeah, he's a good lad, my son. Thanks for coming over. Much appreciated. Love all the support. It's why I call you Joey Blackburn. Kinella sponsor already. Nice. But yeah, Joey's he's a lifelong friend. The family, the O'Reillys. Me and only Leeds bros are using them, mate, for all of January. A little bit before, obviously, we're not quite in January. They get over there for Leeds memorabilia. It's brilliant. Gets them all unsigned himself. 10% discount if you message him over on his Instagram or whatever else you can find. O'Reilly's autographs. Casey O'Reilly's his name. 10% discount off any memorabilia if you use the code The Final Pint. Michael, I think Joe Blackburn is going to Blackburn match, and we'll do another vlog on the podcast. Correct me if I'm wrong, Joe. Yeah, you're not allowed to go to Blackburn games anymore, Joe. No more Blackburns games for you, mate. You should be sponsored by Blackburn. White and Mackay, yeah, White and Mackay, mate. Yeah, that's a planning vlogs for that and Harrogate. Yeah, brilliant, mate. Can't wait to see them. I enjoyed your vlog at last game, mate. Just didn't enjoy the game. Shawnee lit note, Packard, Bell, Danny, Bamford up top. Yeah, I think it will be. If he's still here and he's not leaving, yeah, I think it will be. Danny says my team: Harrogate, Darlow, Byram, Gillavogie, DeBayo, Schmidt, Amps, Crew, Ramazan and Joffrey, not Bamford. Yeah, it could be a mix of that. I can't disagree with that, mate. I can't. It's going to be a telling game. That be interesting to see. But I do want us to go for it. I want us to win it. Joe Blackburn. The thing is, we can play totally rotated wingers and still have a side that could pump the majority. That's it, innit, mate? That's it. I'd say the 10's the only position we haven't seen rotation in, really, apart from Pirro. Those wingers, mate. Nonto's not on form currently. I thought the first 45 against Derby were outstanding. I don't feel he's currently on the best of form. Ramazani doesn't look sharp yet. Solomon and James are flying, so they're right at their ceiling at the minute. Maybe they can go beyond that. Who knows? Unbelievable talents at the minute. But they're playing up here at the minute. Nonto and Ramazani's ceiling's exactly the same. They can be playing there, but they're nowhere near. But hopefully they can bridge that gap because 4 wingers we have, it's a cheat code in this division. We can all talk about how good Leicester's side was, Southampton's side, which did well, but didn't really have the squad, really. There's been some good sides in this league. Burnley a couple of years ago. Leeds, when we went up, we've had some good, but no one's had quality in depth like this. Like, we haven't even got a massive squad, really. But the depth in quality is just never, I don't think it's ever been seen in this division. I think you've got 4 wingers there who arguably are all Premier League players. Like, at some point in their career, they're a Premier League player. You've got 4 of them. That means 2 of them. That means 2 of them are sitting on bench. Who was that? I'd love to see Gillavogie get 90 minutes in against Harrogate. Yeah. I don't see why you wouldn't. I don't see why you would not play Gillavogie and give him maximum minutes against Harrogate. Why would you not? Joseph up top for Harrogate. Mate, I'd like that. I'd prefer that to Bamford, but I just think if Bamford's still here, when's he going to get a game? But you'd like Joseph to play against Harrogate, get a couple of goals and get his confidence up. Remember Decorah? He was the right ball. Scored a worldie, didn't it, Elland Road for 1 game. To be fair, we've lost at home when we've been there since that scum match where they pelted it down. We've not lost a game when I've been there. Oh, okay. Mate, that scum game. Oh, my God, that weather on that day, what atrocious, wasn't it, pal? Danny Talksport, Joe B, your namesake could be next. Surely DJ and Solomon start against Blackburn. Yeah, for me, Darren Dillo, whoever it is, yes, I think so. I think they pull it back. I think that side is similar to what we saw at Stoke. I feel like they just needed rotation for that Derby game. I don't think Nonto or Ramazani did enough to warrant to start the next game, just like I don't think Joseph do. I feel like that triple sub you saw on 68th minute, whatever it was, I think that's who starts this game. And yeah, it's one of them. They'll come back on. Nonto and Ramazani will get minutes. Joseph will get minutes towards latter end of the game. They tend to know what's going to happen on 70 minutes. They're all going to get minutes, I would imagine. But yeah, they've got to swap it back for this one. They have. I totally get why they switched it for Derby. But this game at home against Blackburn, start your best players, go win game. Darren, they've got to, yeah, they have, mate. They have. Blackburn Rovers, that is not Joe Blackburn, yeah. We hate Blackburn, we do. Sorry, Joe Beeler. For sure. Yeah, so I think I'm going to leave it at that. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. I've enjoyed it. I could go all night. I said before, I'll have to do like a charity 24 hours, but I'll have to get kids kicked out because honestly, if kids are awake in my house, I could not do a live stream. It is like a touring zoo. It is unbelievable. Nice stream, early enjoy beat, loved Bunny Watch. Yeah, I love it. Go check Joe Blackburn out. I'm sure you already have. He's mint, really good sense of humour as well. But yeah, so like I say, check my sponsor out, O'Reilly's Autographs. Thanks so much for everyone being here. Absolutely love it. I would love you all to have an amazing new year. Hopefully you've got plans. I haven't got plans. Me and the wife will just be chilling, having drinks in the house. And yeah, it's one of them. Let's bring in the new year with the ones you love most. So I'm not doing much. Have a bit of a quiet one with wife. Ready for the game on Wednesday night. So I can't wait. What's this, Sean? The 24-hour stream. If we go up, get a different creator, it'll be class, wouldn't it? It'd be absolutely class. That I'd be well up for something like that, mate. Legend, mate. Thank you on the Leeds Bros. Love yous. Go check them out as well. Go check Wilco Whites out as well, please. Sean's channel. Wilco Whites, please check it out. Stick him a sub on. Deserves more than what he's got. Happy New Year to all. Yeah, great chat. Thanks, Aina, and have a great New Year's Eve. Yeah, please, everybody, have a great New Year. I wish you all the best. Thanks for all your support so far on this channel in 2024, and you will see me next in 2025, hopefully with another 3 points in the bag. Love you all. Take care. Thank you so much.